Hello and welcome to this R tutorial. So this tutorial is not going to be like the usual ones because basically what we're going to do is just make a template in order to build our future classification models more efficiently. Because indeed we already built our first classification model, which is the logistic regression model. And in the future sections we're going to build new classification models like the SVM, support vector machine, kernel SVM, naive Bayes, decision tree classification, as well as random forest classification. And so we will build these models on the same dataset, the social network ads dataset, and so we will make one template for all our future classification models. So right now, let's make our classification template. And maybe you already noticed that we're going to make this template very easily because the only part of the code where we code something specific to logistic regression is only in this part. Because we use the GLM function to create our logistic regression classifier, but then in the other sections, everything is purely generalized. We use our classifier variable here, which is indeed in this code the logistic regression classifier, but in the next sections, this classifier is going to be something else. And same in this section here, we don't code anything specifically related to logistic regression. Same in this section here about the visualization of the training set results. The only variable that we use is classifier, so nothing directly related to logistic regression. And same for this section here. The only variable that we use is classifier. And so if we give another definition to our classifier here, then this code here will be perfectly adaptable to this new classifier we will be making in the future sections. So that's why it's so simple, and therefore it's worth doing that for the next models we'll be creating. So I'm going to take everything from here to the bottom, copy, and paste it here in my future classification template. And now our classification template is almost ready. We just need to remove this section here because this is directly related to logistic regression, because here we're using the GLM function that is only used to build a logistic regression model. But in the next sections for the next classifiers we'll be making, well, we'll have this classifier variable here that will be the classifier of our future classification models. And then here, we will use the right function needed to build this classification model, and then all the rest will be ready. We will have our new classifier defined here. Then since we have classifier here in the predict function, well, we won't have anything to change here, and same for here, and same for here as well, because the only variable that we use is classifier, and that will be defined as the classifier of a new classification model. So let's remember that, and let's, to remind us of what we need to do, I'll just add a comment here to say that it's the section where we create our classifier here. Alright, so that's the section where you create your classifier, and by the way, you can totally use this template on your dataset and your business problems. You will just need to change the name of the dataset and pick your columns of interest, and then just change the name of the dependent variable here and here as well. But then what you will only need to do is to create your classifier here, so you will pick the classifier you want, and then everything will be ready. You will be able to predict the test set results here. Well, be careful of the index here and make the confusion matrix and visualize your training set and test set results. So you can totally use this template as well for your data sets, and definitely this template is ready to build the future classification models we will build in this part. So here we go, template ready. Well, we can still generalize it even more by replacing logistic regression here by classifier, and also we can replace logistic regression here by classifier, and here as well. And now the template is fully ready and fully generalized. So you will see how we will be so efficient at building the future classification models. I look forward to creating these models with you, and until then, enjoy machine learning.